Hey guys, I'm coming to you today to be able to talk to you about doing your cartoon grid. So the first thing you want to do is you want to be able to pick out your cartoon. I picked out this one. I have a couple of examples if you need them, just in case. So first thing I do, all of my box is already made for me, so I don't have to measure off like where in the picture that I want my box to be. It's already made for me. What we're gonna do is, it's hard to see, but we're gonna measure out on the picture 1/2 inch sections. So halfway of an inch, 1/2 an inch, 1 inch. So gonna line it up with the 0 and then make 1/2 inch marks. Some of you, this is coming really easy. Some of you, this is gonna be a little bit more difficult and you need to take your time. I go super fast because I've done this a million times. And instead of flipping anything over, like your picture or your ruler, just bring your ruler down and do the other side. Now the reason why we do both sides is so that we know we're making straight lines. I know that it's tempting to be able to just do one side and not put marks on the other side, but that won't create straight lines. That'll just make wonky lines, I promise you. You think that it's good, especially whenever you're sitting at your desk, you're seeing your picture at an angle. So you're actually not making straight lines. I'm actually standing to even to do this video. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do straight lines all the way through. So I'm gonna go about halfway because I want to just get going with showing you guys. And then we're gonna take the same ruler, line it up with the 0, and do 1/2 inch marks again. The reason why we're doing this is because we're gonna make our picture twice the size on our paper. So this will actually make our image twice the size because we're gonna do 1 inch sections on our big piece of paper. So I'm gonna take my ruler just like I did vertically, horizontally, I'm going to make my marks. Take your time lining your ruler up with the edges where you've made your marks. Okay, and I'm gonna leave it like this because I already have one completed. So this is what my completed one looks like. Now, if you want to, for your big one, you can be able to label it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whatever is going to help you. You do not even have to label it at all if you don't want to. You could just like go 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, and I know that this is gonna be the start of my piece. So it's up to you how you wanna do it, but this kinda helps me sometimes, so it's up to you how you wanna handle that. But once you get your picture gridded, you're gonna take your bigger piece of paper. This is a 10 by 10 sheet of paper. So what we're gonna do, well, we're gonna take our ruler and we're gonna do 1 inch sections. So let me bring it down a little bit so you can see. Do 1 inch sections. Just like we did the photograph, we're gonna do each section one at a time. Take your time because I've done this a lot. I'm kind of speedy about it. And all I did was take down my ruler, drag it to the bottom. I didn't mess around with it. I didn't turn it around or anything. Because if you do it the other direction, if you go 0 and do this way, it actually can mess you up, believe it or not. Okay, so same thing. We want to take our lines. It's hard to see because my paper's bigger than the video. But I'm going to take the lines and draw them out. So I'm just doing a couple on this side. You're going to do the whole thing, but I want to show you that you're going to do your 1 inch sections on the other side too. So same thing, 1 inch sections on the other side. So remember, you did 1/2 inch sections on your photograph, and then you're gonna do whole 1 inch sections on your piece of paper. I'm just dragging my ruler down. I didn't even turn my ruler any which way. I just dragged it down. Okay. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did vertically, I'm gonna do it horizontally, and actually it looks the same whenever I'm turning it this way. And it's a square, so it will be kind of the same. So you kind of get the idea. Just keep going, keep going, and keep going until you have your drawing, well, your grid, and then you're gonna make your drawing. So I've already started on the head for Bart, so you can kind of see where I started. Like, you see up here, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I started his forehead. And then I thought about, okay, this part lines up with the bottom of C2. So I'm gonna take C2. You don't have to label it, but I did C2 and I thought about, okay, it's gonna go this way across C2. It's not gonna go halfway, it's a little bit less. So you're actually using observation skills to be able to help you see where everything is landing, okay? So take your time. This is going to take a little bit whenever you're working on this, okay? So say I'm gonna come down here and I wanna do the side of Bart's shoulder. So it's D5. So D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could do it that way. And I come up and it hits his chin right here. So I'm gonna make that little section. I can see on the next square that it makes like a little hump. And see, I don't mind messing up because I can just take my eraser and move it over. Okay. And I can see whenever I go down to 6 that his sleeve comes over everything else. So I'm taking it one square at a time. Where is everything in these 1 squares, okay? So that's what I'm doing each time. So, and I know that this makes a little bitty triangle where 6 meets D. So I make that little triangle, okay? So it's easier to see whenever you're actually doing it. It's harder to see where I was just making marks, but you can kind of tell that by taking my time and doing this precisely, I'm gonna get a more accurate photograph. Or picture. That's really what we're after here, is more accuracy in our picture, okay? Okay. So get started. Good luck.